Hello everyone, my name is Blue Raven 666 and here we are again with another Helluva Boss review. Today we are going to be covering episode 3, Spring Broken. And here's a shocker, I'm not waiting 2 weeks to a month to do it! If you ask me, it's a little bit early to be focusing on spring break, but that's kind of the theme for this episode. And it starts with a classic problem that I think anyone who's ever driven a car and tried finding a parking space in a busy parking lot has experienced at least once. Another car stealing your spot right as you're about to pull in. And if you're someone who does this, you are the worst kind of petty sinner. Here we meet Blitz's ex-girlfriend, Verosika Mayday, and her posse. Now, not only is this succubus Blitz's ex-girlfriend, but it turns out she's also one of Hell's celebrities. She's a famous pop star. And just like everyone else that finds out about that little piece of information, all I ask is, why? Blitz. Date a pop star. Blitz. This Blitz. Verosika, honey, I have to ask, were you under the influence at the time, perhaps of the alcoholic or illegal drug kind? Well, she is a succubus and a confirmed alcoholic, so I can only imagine. After some intense conflict with neither side budging, it all comes down to a bet to see if the members of IMP can kill more people than Verosika Mayday and her posse can seduce. Honestly, just from my experiences as a witch, I know that this is a stupid bet to be making. Never underestimate a succubus, and never challenge a succubus. Honestly, this bet should have been over before it really began. But come on, this is Helluva Boss we're talking about. This episode of Helluva Boss also shines the spotlight on Luna a bit. For the first time since the pilot, she has more than 2 lines in the episode and appears more regularly throughout. She has her own little side plot that revolves around another hellhound named Vortex, and we're shown a little bit of a more softer side to her character that we haven't really seen in previous episodes. On top of that, we also discover that Luna has a human form, and this is how I know I'm pansexual. Damn! A lot happens in relatively a short amount of time, and chaos ensues. Moxie gets drunk, which turns out to be a hell of a vibe for me. He's the silly, sweet, really wholesome kind of drunk that I probably love just as much as Millie. And if I'm being honest, Moxie kind of reminds me of me after I've had one too many margaritas. And I don't quite know how to handle this fact. All I will say, though, is that drunk Moxie is a vibe, and if I see it happen a few more times throughout this series, I'm not gonna be mad about it. On another note, Verosika's human form really gives me Britney Spears, Taylor Swift, and Ember vibes all at the same time. When she shows up, she immediately is able to seduce just about every person on the beach that IMP hadn't already offed. And she unintentionally unleashes a gigantic Leviathan-esque fish monster. Oops. Overall, she's not really my favorite character to appear in the series so far. She does offer a few funny lines along with her little posse that she has, but I can't really say I love her character that much. Now, I'm not saying that the episode itself was a total flop because of this, but if you ask me, the episode ends in a fairly lazy, almost predictable sort of way. A draw. This is just a personal gripe, but I think the episode would have been a lot more riveting if the episode ended with a more clear-cut winner. The episode definitely had a promising start with a bunch of demons lining up at IMP moments after a single flyer was posted. And if Verosika would have kept up her gig on the beach, honestly, if you ask me, the way she went about seducing people, she made her audience fuck each other, not her and her crew. Technicalities implied, IMP could have won the bet that way, and it would have been a very sneaky, backhanded way of doing it, with IMP actually getting their hands dirty and Veronica Mayday staying up on her Witty Whittle stage. That's just my opinion anyways. Overall, I did like this episode. It had a lot of funny and memorable moments, and we had some character development between Blitz and Luna. I got a new ship that I am ready to go down with. And that ending, though, like I said, they could have done a lot more other than taking the shortcut they took with the fish monster, but that's my own opinion. If I had to rank my favorite episodes thus far, it would go Lululand, Spring Broken, Murder Family, then the pilot. And again, I can't wait to see what's next. That'll be all for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. I know this review was quite short, but that's simply because I decided to jump on this immediately, and I didn't want to spoil it too much for my fans who might not have seen it just yet. Plus, I didn't really have any new input to add, so I'll just keep this review short and sweet. My name is BlueRaven666, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye! And that was a nice fourth wall break, by the way. Why you gotta call us out like that, Viv?